Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am feeling very fall vibes today, which is inspired by the palette we're going to be reviewing. So I just picked up this brand new launch from Ulta today. Made a stop in stores because I saw it was available, but this is a brand new palette from Tarte, and I haven't reviewed a Tarte palette in a minute. I know they have been coming out with some things here and there. They always come out with new products, but it's not too often that they come out with a new palette. They did come out with that cool rainforest one with the snake on it, and I think the last palette I personally bought was like the Juicy palette, which you guys know I loved that one. I actually do enjoy Tarte's eyeshadows, but they do a lot of similar color schemes, so I just don't really buy all the releases, but this one really caught my attention when I saw this on Ulta. So this is called the Maneater After Dark palette. It is one of their larger palettes, which they seem to be doing quite a bit now. I'm not always into the big ones. I kind of wish it was more of their medium style, like how they used to do back in the day with like the Tartelette palettes, but I mean there is a lot of fun colors in here, so I decided I would go ahead and pick this one up. So like I said, I got mine in stores. You can get it online on Ulta. I don't think Tarte has it yet, but it is going for $52, but it is a very big eyeshadow palette, hence the price point here. It's 24 shades and it says holiday flare, so I don't know if this is a holiday launch. It just seems like a fall launch to me. This is a very fall palette in my opinion. So let me go ahead and show you guys the inside. So here is the packaging. It does have this black Maneater kind of leopard print packaging on here. The back side is gold, and then you have the inside of the palette, which does have a very large mirror and a bunch of gorgeous eyeshadows inside. So I like that the colors are kind of separated into rows, so the colors just go really nice together. So we have kind of the warm orangey row. This is like the goldy yellow row. We have this fun bronzy row with greens, and then we have this more purpley row. So what I like about Tarte, they kind of do this a lot, but you can go row by row and create like a monochromatic look with that row, or just go in throughout the palette. They tend to do that a lot with their big palettes like this, and I feel like it makes it so easy to come up with different looks. I really thought this color story was something more unique for Tarte. I know it's neutrals, they do a lot of that, but I feel like they are good at their neutrals, and it was different enough for me. I feel like it's just a really fun all-in-one kind of fall palette. It just has a little bit of everything, all the different colors of the leaves here, all these gorgeous warm and cooler tones mixed in for the perfect fall color, so I am all about it. I just really wanted to see what the quality was going to be like though, because you guys know I love my Juicy palette from them, but I feel like some of the shimmers aren't super out there, super metallic, and I was so surprised when I swatched this because those shades were crazy metallic, which you guys will see in the swatches. Something else different about this is it actually has little cheetah prints on the inside of some of the shadows, like you could see here. So it's so funny, I posted this on my Instagram. You couldn't see the brand or anything, and a lot of people actually thought this was a Makeup Revolution palette because they have done this leopard print before, I think in their Lion King collection, and I think they embossed some of their shades too. I was like, what? Makeup Revolution? I was kind of surprised by that, but I guess if you didn't know who this was from, it's kind of hard to guess. But Tarte has been doing these bigger palettes for a couple years now. Now let me go ahead and get into these swatches here. I could not fit them all like one by one, so I went ahead and swatched them on each side so you could see all the shades. I was just blown away swatching the palette. Like, those metallics are so stunning. If you guys liked the Juicy palette but you wished it had more shine or more metallic, I think you would really like this because I feel like they definitely upped their game with their metallics. Their mattes seem the pretty standard Tarte mattes. They are a little bit powdery, but they seem to blend pretty well. They just might take a little bit of building to get the proper opacity, but they blend out really easily. They might just have a little powder kick up. I found that the shimmers apply best using your finger to really melt it on and get that foiled look, but I really was so impressed with those shimmers. They really blew me away swatching the palette. Let's take a moment for these foils. Let me just show you what I mean with how intense this really is. So stunning. beautiful. As you can see, this one's a little bit of a different texture. That one's more satin, but there is some gorgeous foils in this palette. So that's a little bit about this one, just launched today. There's also a free gift with purchase today. So I got this in store. You can also get this online as your free gift with a, I think, $30 Tarte purchase. It comes with a mini base tape hydrating primer, the mini Maneater mascara, and then a Shape Tape glow wand as well, which might have a shade on it. This one is, oh, it doesn't say on here, but anyways, yeah. You can get this as a free gift, which is a pretty nice gift. Also, while I was in store today, I picked up their Cloud Coverage foundation, which is actually part of the 21 Days of Beauty today. So I got this half off to try out. I have it on it today, so I wanted to quick just give my random thoughts on this if you like how my foundation looks. This is a pretty light coverage. It is a skin tint in my opinion. It feels nice on the skin. It's not feeling sticky or anything. It dried down really good. It has SPF 15 in the formula. So if you like more of a lighter coverage just for daily use, I might suggest checking this one out as part of the Ulta like 50% off deal for today only. So I have on light beige. I think it looks really pretty on the skin, so I'm glad I finally got to try that at a discount. So yeah, lots of good stuff with Tarte today. That's a look at the palette. I am going to go ahead and do two looks today. This one I have on, and I'm also going to be doing something more kind of fun, yellowy, golden pumpkin spice, I suppose. So let's get into the looks. Okay guys, for our first look, I'm gonna go into this Yellow Desire and see how this will be on the eyes. It didn't swatch the best for color, but I want to see if it kind of builds up into that more yellow gold. So it is a pretty bright yellow here, but I'm using a very small brush to kind of pack on more, but it is a little sheer. But it seems like it is building a bit. I think just using a smaller brush here is the key to pack on that pigment. I think I want to keep it like that, and I'm gonna actually dip in to Alluring in the outer corner. I'm just kind of blending those two together. I am going to take Passion and Alluring on my lower lash line and mix those together. For shimmer, using a damp brush, let's go in with the Heated shade. It's kind of a fiery orange. Oh wow, that's really bright. It does apply okay with the brush, but personally, I think finger, when I swatched them, that's where I got the most pigment. So I'm just going to go over that. Yeah, it melts so much better using a finger. I feel like it was a little bit uneven using the brush. But check out that intensity. I feel like this is like the most intense shimmers I've seen in a Tarte palette in a long time. I'm going to do that same thing, and let's take the Heartbreaker shade in the inner corner and just kind of melt those together. Here is a close-up of the first look. My husband actually came in and he called this pumpkin spice. So I guess that's what this is for today. I didn't want to do like the full look since I'm going to be taking this makeup off and doing one more look for you guys to kind of test out some different color schemes. But yeah, here is look number one. Very fall tones, reminds me of just like leaves, pumpkin spice, super pretty. Okay, so for the next look, we're going to play kind of in the bottom two rows. So we're going to take Temptress in the crease. In the outer corner, I'm going to try the black, which is Animal Instinct. And then using a smaller brush just to really intensify the outer portion. And then I'm going to take Nightfall on my lower lash line. And I'm just kind of buffing that with a clean brush here to really blend. Okay, so I think I'm going to take a little bit of this green on my pinky and place this kind of in the center, blending into the black. This one's not quite as metallic as the other ones that we've used. And then I'm going to dip into On the Prowl. And I'm going to kind of place this in the inner and then a little over top of the green. And then again, just adding a little bit more black into the outer corner. So that's it for the second eye look. I'm going to add the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back to give my final thoughts. Okay guys, so for my final thoughts on this palette here, I must say I am actually pretty impressed with this. I can see myself using this a lot for the fall. I love the color scheme here. With our first look, it was just so metallic and so foiled and gorgeous. I only wish that this yellow had a little bit more pigment to it, but overall it was buildable for sure. And I just noticed with some of the darker mattes that they don't stay as well. I feel like you kind of have to also build those up. I just wish they had a little bit more intensity in the mattes, but they are made for really easy blending, very beginner friendly, especially if you want to play with some color here. You get a little bit of color, a little bit of neutrals. This is just my kind of tones. I love that I can make colorful looks and some ones for every single day. We did two very different looks. You could also go more berry here. There's a lot you can do with this palette. For our second look, using this metallic green, I think it's stunning on the eyes. Like, it's very sultry, very smoky. It's not as shimmery as I thought that one would be. It seems like the ones with the leopard print are the most like foiled. If you guys have been curious about Tarte's palettes but you just haven't bought from them in a while because I feel like their shimmers have been a little on the lackluster side, I feel like you would really enjoy this one because those shimmers really pop on the eyes. If you guys like those foiled metallic shadows, you are going to love this. So I think this is a really good palette. It's expensive, the $50 price point. You may be able to snag a deal on this from Tarte's website. They run a lot of sales. This is not on there yet, but I always like to buy from Ulta to get points and free gifts since they do have that offer today. But if you kind of were wondering about it, I would say this is a good one. I would recommend picking it up. Compared to some of the other new palettes I've tried from similar brands like Too Faced and also Urban Decay, their She-Hulk I reviewed, and the Too Faced, let's see, the new chocolate bar palette, I think this is better than both of those. I really like Tarte's formula here. Too Faced had their pumpkin spice second slice in stores as well. I'm curious to see how that one's going to perform, but I was just not impressed with the color story there, but it is in stores now and online if you guys want to pick it up. But yeah, if you're looking for a new fall palette, I would say go for the Tarte. I think this is the best out of all the new ones I've tried from Ulta for sure. I'm really glad I got to try it out today. I was unsure of how I would like it, and I think it definitely impressed me. I was trying to think of some comparisons, but I honestly can't even think of any off the top of my head that would match this exact color story because there's a lot going on in here. There's so much different tones and it is a very large palette, and I think all the colors make sense. I don't think it's repetitive at all. And sometimes with larger palettes I don't reach for them a lot because I feel like it's just like I have 5 of the same color. That's different with this one. I feel like every color is meant to be there. So that's kind of a wrap on all my thoughts here of the new Tarte Maneater After Dark palette. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this one. Is this something that intrigues you? Is it a pass for you? Let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.